I just dated myself. Today I've decided to give myself a blowout. No, don't get dirty. Hello Snarkatarians, what's up? It's Jess. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We are going to be talking about my third Boxy Charm box and some of the products, well, all of the products really, that I got in the box this month. I still can't comprehend how this company does it at such an affordable price. Again, it's like $21 a month and you get 5 full-size products. And they're things that I've never tried before. I've never gotten something in a box that I don't already have. These are all like new products to me anyway. Some things have been out for a little bit, but I was so excited about 2 of the products that I got in the box. And I try not to look at any of the videos that are already online about it. They'll do like little spoiler alerts and this is what you're getting. And actually last month I got an email saying this is what you're going to get in your Boxy Charm box. And I was not disappointed, but I'm like, I kind of wanted to open it up and see what it was. Kind of a light, nice little Christmas surprise sort of thing every month. So I stayed away from all of that and I opened the box and I got, again, 2 things really in particular that I was super excited about. One of which I will go into a little later is the Becca Hydra Mist Setting Powder. Holy crap, this had come out prior and I remember thinking that I really wanted to give it a shot, but it's like $49 or, wait, let me look at my notes here. $39 and I wasn't quite sure, since I don't use powders a lot, I wasn't really sure that I wanted to spend that amount of money on a powder that I may or may not use. But this way, I've only spent $21 on 5 items, and if I don't like it, it's no big deal. But I have to tell you, I really kind of like it. It's pretty cool. The other thing is a brand new product from Tarte. It's the Big Ego Mascara, and I've used it a couple times, and I like it. I'm so glad that I got to try it again for $21. Among other things, if you break it down, well, I haven't broken it down because math is a thing that I don't do very well. But it's a lot less than $21 if you break it down per item. So I'm going to put on a full face of makeup, and I won't necessarily show you everything that I put on my face. I will tell you what I put on it at the end, and I will link everything down in the description box below. But I will talk about the products that I got in the Boxy Charm box in a little bit more detail as I put it on. So if you're like me and you like this kind of thing, or you're interested in getting a subscription for Boxy Charm, not really sure if you want to yet or not, I'm here to tell you I think it's totally worth it. If you like makeup, if you like skincare, if you are of any age, but in particular a person of 40 plus years, subscribe. Check out my website. I upload once a week, usually on the weekends, and ring the notifications bell so you know when I do that. And I like to delve into the beauty industry. So we're going to get into it right now. And of course I'm going to be putting my bangs out of the way and trying to deal with this. Even though my hair looks nice, it looks so long when I straighten it out like this. And I don't do it very often because it's summer and it's hot and it takes forever. So anyway, I'm going to start this time with the Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil from Wonder Beauty. This actually retails for $42 on their website. I used this once before. I used it at night before I went to bed. It's supposed to be a glowing, you can use it practically for anything. You can use it as a primer, you can use it as a highlighter, you can use it in your foundation to kind of give it a little extra glow if you want. I'm going to use this today as a primer because I felt like it was kind of sticky the first time that I used it, and it took a little while to dry down, so I thought this might be a good kind of primer to use, kind of as one of those gripping primers that have been out recently. Milk Beauty has one. I'm not centered because I want you to know that you're more than just a number today. I had a whole issue about that a couple weeks ago. You are more than just a number, and I'm talking specifically for me, more than just a number on a scale, but you're more than just a number. Remember that. Okay, the more you know. So I'm going to use this as a primer today. What you do is use about 2 to 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. It's like an oil, as it says. Has like a pearlescent pink color to it. I am moisturized, obviously I'm not primed. As I said, I'm using this as the primer, and it is glowy. It does give like a nice little pearlescent glow. By the way, I'm just telling you now, I'm in like 1 full week of my self-tan that I did with the Loving Tan. I'll link it up here, but I don't feel like it's going away. It's like the longevity of this is really nice. I don't feel like it's become patchy. I don't feel like it's become splotchy or anything like that, but it's really hanging on. It's not what I have on my face. Loving that self-tanner. If you ever are wanting to try it, I do recommend the Loving Tan self-tan. I need to bring this down a little bit. This is driving me crazy. There we go. That's better. You can see how I'm illuminated. Now, I don't know. It feels a little tacky right now, but I don't, yeah, a little bit. I feel like it felt a little tackier the last time I used it at night. But, so that's it. We'll see how it performs. But maybe I'll use it, so you can use it as a highlighter, you can use it on your shoulders, your whatever, to give yourself a little bit more of a glow from day to day. So what I'm going to do now is put on some of my other makeup that I'm not even going to talk about for this video, and I will be back with you in just a minute. And what do I say every time I forget something? Gotta moisten my sponge. Always something. I do, just to let you know, I can tell a difference already. This is actually the Clinique Even Better Glow foundation. I just put it on with my fingers, and it actually looks, I always like this one anyway, especially now in the summertime because of the shade, but it looks even glowier, but it also looks really smooth. So I don't know, maybe this maybe the illuminating aspect of this actually helped kind of smooth out some of my pore area. So that's nice. I'm so scattered today, it's a little ridiculous, so bear with me. And I'm using my Pacifica Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer. And then the Makeup Revolution Pro Brightening and Tightening. This thing is such a pain in the ass. I added another light. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm hoping that kind of brightens things up a little bit, especially for my thumbnails. I don't know what happens with my camera. As soon as I go to take a photo instead of videotape, it's like the whole flavor, it just goes dark. And we're going in with the Catrice Triangle Artist Contour Stick, my new fave. So there will not be a cocktails and cosmetics for the month of August because I am taking a 30-day alcohol-free challenge, and I'm on day 17. So that's good. That's a lot better than I did last time. I just felt like it was kind of necessary. Give yourself a challenge every once in a while. I've been trying to deal with some anxiety. Seems like, you know, one of my favorite things to do after I come home from work, just to unwind, is to like have a beer or a hard seltzer or a glass of wine or something like that. And I just needed to do a little reset. So I am in the middle of that. It is going well. So that's why you won't see a cocktails and cosmetics this month, but I'm sure there will be one next month. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to go in with a powder, which I don't do very often. I do it more during the summertime than I do during the winter and the drier months. But the one that they sent us, this is what I talked about before, is the Becca Hydra Mist Setting Powder. This retails, as I said, for $39, and I was just kind of on the fence whether I wanted to try it before when it came out or not, because I heard some really cool things about it, and then just decided that I was going to put it on the back burner. And then lo and behold, I kind of forgot about it, and then all of a sudden it shows up in my Boxy Charm. So it is very cool. It's exactly what it says. It feels wet almost. It feels like you took a setting spray, and just kind of sprayed your brush with it and put your powder on. It's a really cool thing. And I just kind of use it on the T-zone. I try not to get too much. I take like this little e.l.f. Contouring brush here, tap it off, and just kind of go into my T-zone. It literally feels like my brush is damp. But I think it does a really nice job of just kind of giving me a little bit of extra coverage. It looks really nice in the pore area. It mattifies quite nicely, but it doesn't make me look so dry and cakey that it's unpleasant. So even my chin, and I didn't used to powder my chin before, but I find that I've been doing that and not having a problem with it looking dry and cakey. So it looks really nice on the pores. It feels really nice and hydrating. And I guess some people might not want to use that, especially if you have oily skin, especially in the summertime. I would assume that you would want to use something a little bit more mattifying. But for me, this just does the trick. I don't need a lot. I don't do too much under my eyes, but if I do, I have tried it once or twice. Again, it didn't cake up on me or anything like that. And it still keeps this nice glow. I mean, I'm still glowing, man. Between the primer and the glowier foundation. But it toned it down just a little bit, but really not much at all. I can see it more mattified on the nose, but I guarantee you that through the day, it's going to get a little more dewy. It's fine with me. So, yay. Really like this stuff. I'm glad that I got a chance to try this with my Boxy Charm. The air conditioner just kicked off, and I realized how eerily quiet it is in the house when there's nothing else going on. My eyelids are now primed. I use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion anti-aging, and then I put a little bit. I got to get a couple more of these, but Wet n Wild Brulee single to kind of set that. So the next thing that I got in my Boxy Charm is a set of eyeshadows, a duo of eyeshadows from Ace Beauty, the Cotton Candy collection. This is cotton candy, and this is latte, I believe, iced latte. And I've heard of Ace Beauty before. I had gotten an eyeshadow palette for my birthday or for Christmas or something like that from a friend of mine. So I'm familiar with some of their stuff. I haven't used it very much because it's very like bright, vibrant colors, and I'm kind of muted from time to time. So these are also very bright. They are shimmery. They are a glimmer shadow. The pair... Okay. There's a creaking noise. I thought it was coming from my cat, but apparently it's coming from me. They come in duos. The pair runs for $25. Now, if you're familiar with ColourPop, you will also know that very similar packaging as well. They have their Color Shock shadows, which are much cheaper. Individually, I think they're like $6, $8, something like that. The color payout on those are quite extraordinary. So these are very similar to that. This is a very kind of cushiony, very soft kind of formula that they're using. Swatch this. There's good color payout on this as well. Here you can see it's a nice kind of shiny coppery color. That is Iced Latte. And then this is cool. It's kind of like a duochrome. This is kind of like a pink gold kind of hue to it. It's very salmony from certain, see there you can kind of see the salmon, and then it kind of turns to a copper color as well. So the pigment payout is pretty good. The one thing I do recommend, especially, now it looks like it is with both of them too, there is glitter on there. So if you don't want the glitter to kind of fall out onto your face or your cheeks, I would recommend definitely using some kind of primer or glitter glue or something like that, because this will come down off your face. What I've been doing lately, and I actually have not used the Iced Latte on my lid. I had seen this, I don't know if any of you are digging podcasts, but I have sort of enjoyed some of them lately. One of which I have been listening to is Sarah from Papaya, the Papaya podcast. She's from up in Canada, but I enjoy the podcast, but she's also an Instagrammer. She does a lot of stories on Instagram, and she did this really pretty, just very subtle wash of like a sheer shimmery color on the lid, and then on the outer corner she put in just a little bit of like a pinky peach salmon color. It was really subtle, but it was really nice. I'm gonna go for something like that, a little bit more dramatic, just because these colors pop a lot more. But I'm gonna use the old Villains Lipson. This is ColourPop. This is their Super Shock highlighter, and these are, you know, they're very affordable. This is a Boxy Charm thing. Remember, Boxy Charm, products in Boxy Charm. But anyway, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to pat it over top of the lid. And I think if you recall my summer cat eye tutorial, which I will link up here, I did the same kind of thing. This won't be as much of a disaster, I guarantee you. And this isn't really a tutorial, I'm just showing you what these colors look like. So I'm gonna go, it's probably best if you use your fingers, just because you get the most color payout generally with pigmented shadows like this, especially the softer, creamier ones. I'm gonna go ahead and take iced latte and just kind of put that all over the lid, at least on the inner portion to the outer third. Again, math is hard. It's almost giving me like a glossy look, which is okay, pretty. And I got it right in the corner of my eye, which could work, but I have a lot of glitter fallout, I'm sure, on that. I'm not going anywhere today though, so I don't care. This is actually a really nice kind of sandy summer golden color. I like that. Alright. You can really see the glitter. So now I'm going to take the cotton candy and I'm just going to kind of put it on the outer corner of my lid. And this kind of blends in nicely with the gold, the latte, because there's already gold shimmer in it. So it's more of like seeing it glitter on my face. Kind of just melts into the other one. Really easy, pretty colors to work with, but again, that glitter is kind of a pain in the tuchus. I'm just going to take a little brush, I think, and just kind of sweep it up a little bit on the brow bone just to kind of see it a little better. All right, and swipe away some of this glitter. But these are nice. Actually, the combination of the two remind me of, I have them, Hades Jelly Shock, Jelly eyeshadows from ColourPop as well. So it's a very similar shade, the two of them together. It's pretty. They're easy. You know, it's nice to try some of these companies that you don't hear of very often. And again, I paid $21 for the entire 5 pieces. Actually, it's 6. It's 6 different things, but this was 2 pieces, so there you go. I did not bring anything down for eyeliner, so I guess I'm just going to go in with the mascara now. Again, this is the Tarte Big Ego Mascara. It just came out. I guess this is in black. You get my old eyes to try and figure this out. Very black, mucho black. And I'm just going to put it on my eyelashes because that's the best place for mascara. I don't think they have other colors. The wand looks like this. It's kind of almost like the Lash Paradise kind of thing, but I feel like it doesn't clump. I hate Lash Paradise. I guess I know. I'm one of the few people out there that hate Lash Paradise, but I do. I do. I'm not sorry. I do. But this brush kind of seems very similar. However, I don't notice as much clump. I think it keeps everything separated pretty nicely. This is the 3rd time I put it on. I don't believe I got any kind of flaking or fallout. Is that the correct term? Is it just flaking, I guess? Did I tell you the cost? It's $23. $23 at your local Ulta store, or I don't know, Sephora, or online. But that just kind of gives me a nice little pop with the lashes. I just don't even think I really need a lot. Maybe I'll go in with a 2nd coat. Do I want to do the bottom? Why not? It's a little aggressive with that. This is another one that I was excited to try just because I know it's... Aha! See, I'm getting some smush down here in the corner from that eyeshadow. What's next? Lip liner. But I'm going to put bronzer and some blush on first, and then I'll be back. I'm working the Rachel here. You know what I mean. So I have my blush, highlighter, and bronzer on. I, of course, had to use the Maleficent highlighter. This stuff is great because it's such a like blinding wet highlight, but it does not accentuate texture. So for a powder one, this one's really good. My bronzer, I have the BH Cosmetics Brilliance bronzer in Golden Gal. And then for my blush, I have the Flower Cosmetics or Flower Beauty Flower Pots in Warm Hibiscus, which also has a little bit of a glow too. I'm feeling very glowy. I'm looking very glowy. Okay. So finally, the last thing that came in the box is the Steve Laurent lip liner, and this is in the color Vogue, I believe. I think that's the color. It's a very natural. It's pretty much my lip color. I find with the Boxy Charms, they tend to, at least I've gotten 2 lip liners already. They're very similar to my lip color. It's a very kind of nude, basic lip liner. This is also a pencil, as you can see, so it does require being sharpened. I don't use lip liner a lot. I'd rather they send a gloss than a lip liner. But I did wear this the other day, and I had put a lip gloss on top of it, and actually it was lovely. So we'll do that right now. We'll do it very quickly, and you can't talk doing it. You could. Then you got to go into ventriloquist mode. Earlier, you just have your mouth hanging open like an idiot. All right. Those are my lips. My lips, but better, I guess. I don't know. They're just enhanced. They're enhanced. But I'm going to put a gloss on top of it. This is not part of the Boxy Charm box for August, but this is the new Revlon HD Vinyl Lip Polish in Birthday Suit. This is nice. I have their HD gel lipsticks that I've used before. This kind of has the same feeling to it, maybe a little glossier, a little bit more pigmented actually. But I'm just going to put this over top. And super pigmented, feels really comfortable on the lips, and I like the colors, and it goes very nicely with the lip liner. Maybe not so much with the eyeshadow, but you know, you can always change it. Let me just quick run over the products one more time and let you know my final thoughts on them, but what I think. So this is the August Boxy Charm 2019 box. The first thing I tried is the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. This time I used it as a makeup primer, and I think I like it a lot more as a makeup primer. It did give me a nice glow. Granted, my foundation is glowy as well, but I think this did kick it up a notch. It felt tacky the first time I used it. Again, it was when I used it at night before I went to bed. I like it a lot more as a primer. So I think I will continue to use this as an illuminating primer. And you can use it as a serum too. So it's supposed to have some good moisturizing benefits in it as well. The second thing I talked about was the Becca Hydra Mist Setting Powder. I love this. I'm using it every day to set my makeup. It doesn't make me look dry. It doesn't make me look cakey. It blurs my pores, especially right here and right here. I think it looks really nice. It does give a bit of a mattifying effect, but almost like a satin skin. And I know throughout the day, my oils will come through and make things a little dewier, which is fine. But I don't necessarily feel like this is going to make my face look oily or greasy. This is probably best for people with drier skin, normal to dry skin, but it feels so cool. It feels wet. It feels cool too. It literally feels nice and cooling on the skin. So it is nice to use in the summer months if you want to kind of cool your face off a little bit. Love this. So excited that I was able to get that. And then we talked about the eyeshadow duos from Ace Beauty, the Glimmer eyeshadow duo, and then this is in Latte and Cotton Candy. And they're $25. I would go with the ColourPop things. Again, I'm glad I got these. I will probably use these. I like this little combination. It's nice. It's still a nice summer going into fall look. So I will continue to use that. I like it. And then fourth, we talked about the Big Ego Tarte Mascara in black. I like this a lot. It's kind of what I was hoping for in the Lash Paradise. It didn't, and I don't have my separator down here. Between the two, I like this a lot more just because it doesn't make my lashes like super clumpy, super spidery. I hate that. Drives me crazy. I want my lashes to look like lashes, but you know, enhanced. And they really aren't that bad. But you know, I want to celebrate them. I don't want to make them look like spiders. And then finally we have your lip liner from Steve Laurent in Vogue. This runs the gamut. I don't see it on the website, but I've seen it like on other websites, and it runs between $8 and $12 if I didn't mention that before. It's a lip liner. You know, it's no different really than the other lip liner I got from my Boxy Charm a couple months ago. So if you didn't see it in the first shot, I'm wearing my Avogato t-shirt. Hola! I think it's adorable. Got it from Amazon. So freaking cute. Let me know if you like the lighting. I think it's working out a little bit better than it did the last few times, especially with this darker wall. I think it kind of brightens things up a little bit. Again, guys, subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with me. Subscribe, ring the notifications button. Give this thing a like, because I'll probably keep doing this. I like sharing this Boxy Charm stuff. I think it's an amazing deal. I can't believe you don't have it. You should get it. Also follow me on Instagram at Pesky Snarkatarian. And I hope you're having a really good day, and I hope to see you in my next video. I will see you there.